Hello, my name is Emily Rose. I'm a professional Lenormand and tarot reader. I also teach tarot readers and the mystically minded to read Lenormand like they're talking to a friend. And today I am here with a timeless DIY month ahead Lenormand spread for you. This is a pick a card reading, and it doesn't matter what month you're coming to this, you can use this spread to predict the next month ahead. And that's because I'm giving you a lot of options and you are in the Lenormand driver's seat today. This video is part of our Think Like a Lenormand Pro series. We've only had one video so far, so if you missed that one, go back and watch it. I will link it down below. In our first video, we talked about the first key to clear, confident Lenormand readings, which is to have a firm, consistent Lenormand foundation and practice. So go watch that one and then come back here because this is the exercise that's part of that first key. This is the time to make sure you're subscribed and hit the little bell so you don't miss out on this series. We still have 4 more keys to talk about, and these are the things I wish I would have known when I started reading Lenormand. It would have made my life a whole lot easier. And also, I made the announcement in the last video that I have a new Lenormand membership site coming your way. So make sure you are on the wait list for that at emilyrosedivination.com/coming soon. If you join the wait list, you will be the very first to know when this membership becomes available in March-ish sometime. So make sure that you go ahead and sign up there. And I can't wait to dig into this timeless DIY month ahead spread. You're going to get to flex your Lenormand skills here with guidance, of course, from me. So let's go ahead without further ado and get started. What I want you to do is go ahead and take a deep breath. And select only one of these cards. Whichever card is jumping out at you or that your eye keeps returning to, that is going to be the card for you. Okay? We have more picking to do, so make sure to go ahead and put the number that you chose in the comments here so you don't forget which one you picked. We'll say that this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pick one of these 7. Go ahead and put it in the comments below. Feel free to pause me if you need more time. So for interpreting these cards, whichever card you picked represents the main focus of the next month. So this is going to be the loudest part of your life over the next month, or something that really comes into focus for you. Now, go ahead and select 3 of these cards in any order that you want. So here we have card 1 through 5, and then we have card 6 through 10 here. Go ahead and select 3 of these and go ahead and put it in the comments below so you don't forget the order. The order is important when it comes to this particular layout. These cards are going to represent what will happen surrounding that main focus of the month. Okay, once you have your focus card and your 3 cards here, we are ready to interpret. So let's look at each of these. We'll start with card 1 here. So if you selected card 1, you have the lilies, which represents satisfaction, but also maturity. I kind of think of it as leveling up in your life or reaching a new place of, oh, okay, I've reached a new benchmark in my life. So this could be, from small things like I just bought a bed frame for my bed and now I've reached a new level of adulthood, to something big, like maybe you had a doctor's visit and now you have to wear orthotic shoes, right? It could be, or that you have another health issue that came up, or maybe you need to take care of yourself in a different way, right? So that's something that's kind of coming into focus this month. It can also relate to comfort and your satisfaction as well. So whichever one of those meanings is most resonating for you, whichever one popped into your head first as, oh yes, that's it for me, go with that meaning. If you selected card 2, then you have the cross here. So the cross can represent burdens or challenges, but typically in a month ahead spread, I tend to see this as responsibility. So this is something that you need to do. It's not something you can usually get out of. So you can think of it as a responsibility, a challenge, or some kind of burden. If you picked card 3, you have the tree. So this relates to either health or your growth as a person. So whichever one is most resonating for you, whichever one came to your mind first, you think, oh, that's it for me, go with that one. For card 4, we have the bear. So this is strength, something that you may need to be strong about this month, or it could also mean like your longer term finances. So whichever one of those rang a bell for you, go with that meaning. For card 5 here, we have the writer. So this is going to be perhaps information that's coming to you, something that's being delivered to you typically this month. It's usually something new that's coming in for you this month. It can also just represent movement itself. So maybe if you are athletic or if you're starting something with that, the writer can also represent that too. For me, most of the time, it tends to represent something that's coming into my life, like news or a delivery in some way for the month. And then we have card 6, which is the fox, and I charge this as work. So the fox here simply represents work if you chose card 6. And then we have card 7, which is the ring. So these are either contracts or relationships. So this could be like your marriage or some type of committed relationship that you're in. And it can also represent some type of agreement or contract that you're in. So just like the other ones, whichever meaning kind of most strikes a nerve or rings a bell for you, go with that. So what I'm going to do first with these cards is go ahead and reveal them along with the core essence or keywords that correspond to each card. Feel free to jot notes in the comments as you're going with this so you don't forget, don't have to rewatch or anything like that. And then what I'll do is show you some examples of how to interpret these and how to read a 3-card spread. I'm just going to give you one method, but if you have a method that you're already comfortable with, you can totally use that method. If you chose card 1 here, we have the Tower, which can mean an institution. It can also mean like towering above someone with an ego. This can also represent isolation, feeling a bit isolated. Card 2, we have the snake. So this is problems. This is also like things aren't what they seem. This could be like a betrayal or, someone not telling you the full truth or having your best and highest good in mind. Card 3, we have the bear. The bear can mean a lot of different things. So this is where having that focus card is really going to be helpful for you. So the bear can mean finances, like your longer term finances, not like your cash in your pocket. This is things like your 401k or something like that. The bear can also relate to diet. It can also relate to strength. It can also relate to a mother figure in some way. There's really a lot of meanings for the bear. Card 4, we have the woman. So this card is charged as you if you identify as a woman, or it could also represent a woman in your life. Card 5, we have the heart. So this is obviously love. This could also be joy as well, or passion. Then we have card 6, which is the clover. I see the clover as opportunity or serendipity, something happening at the right place, the right time. I also can see the clover as a blessing. Then we have card 7, which is the crossroads. So this is a decision of some kind. It can also be like a split, or there's multiple different ways something could go. Then we have card 8, which is the garden. The garden can be a physical place. I tend to think of it as an environment. It can also be your social scene. Card 9, we have the dog. So the dog can be a friend. It can also just mean loyal, dependable, reliable. It could also be a professional in some capacity. And finally, we have card 10, which is the key. What a wonderful card to end on. So the key is access, success, the answer. Now, these are just a few of the meanings here. I didn't get into all of it because this would be a very long video. I have so many resources for you. I have a Lenormand cheat sheet, which I will link down in the description below. I also have all of these Lenormand card meanings here on YouTube in my Lightning Lenormand series. So if you want to dig in more to a particular card, you can head there, which is also linked down below. Okay, so make sure you have your notes here. You have your focus card, and then you also have your 3 cards that are going to show what will happen surrounding that focus this month. And what I want to do now is show you some examples, and through those examples, show you how you can interpret these. Now I'm just going to show you one way to interpret them. If you already have a go-to way to read 3-card spreads that you vibe with, please go ahead and use that. If you've taken my mini course, I'm going to read these cards in the same fashion. So you're already prepared if you've done that. So when it comes to interpreting this, we have our theme up here, which I am going to take as health. So we have the tree representing health. That's our main focus. And what will happen surrounding this focus of health? We have the tower, the dog, and the key. This is just an example. So the way that I like to read 3-card spreads is I like to think of the center card as kind of the main thing that we're talking about. And then these 2 cards modify this. Lots of ways to read a 3-card spread. This is just the way I like to do it. So here we have the tower modifying the dog, and then we also have the key modifying the dog. So what I see for this one here is there's an institutional professional of some kind that has an answer for you regarding your health. So you're going to get some answer regarding your health from a professional, probably from like a hospital or a bigger clinic or something like that. Okay, do you see how I did that? The dog is the main thing here, right? This is the main thing we're talking about. So some type of professional, and I'm getting that because the tower is modifying the dog. So this is saying they're part of an institution. That's why I'm choosing the professional aspect of this. And then we also have the key. So this is like they have the answer. Let's look at this example here. We have the fox, and then we have the crossroads, snake, and bear. So my quick sentence for this is the boss is going to present multiple challenges this month. This boss is shady, is the vibe I'm getting from this. So the quick thing here, the crossroads here is modifying the snake, because remember, we're reading in the way that the center card is the main thing. These 2 cards modify. So if we see the snake as a problem, issues, things like that, then we have the crossroads. It's saying there's multiple issues, or issues that maybe stem in different directions. They're kind of going different ways. And then who's modifying the snake? But we have the bear, which in a work context tends to represent a boss in some way. So boss is implementing these. If I was in this situation, I'd definitely pull some advice cards following this with tarot or oracle, or even Lenormand. You could pull some Lenormand advice cards too. And last example here, we have the lilies, which can mean like maturity or satisfaction, some kind of like peace or comfort is another way to kind of think about that. And then we have the heart, the woman, and the garden. So if you think of the woman representing yourself, it could also be another woman in your life as well. But the way I see this, the quick sentence I have is like, joy is going to come from you being out in the open this month. So being social, being out there. And that's because I can see the heart as joy, satisfaction, and then we have the woman here. So the heart's modifying her. And then we also have the garden here, which I tend to see as social, public, out in the open. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments below. I try to answer every comment. I don't always get notified, but please do put it down below. And you may see other people coming up with meanings that are similar to yours, and I will do my best to answer every comment. This is the time to make sure you're subscribed and hit the little bell so you don't miss out on this series. We still have 4 more keys to talk about, and these are the things I wish I would have known when I started reading Lenormand. It would have made my life a whole lot easier. And also, I made the announcement in the last video that I have a new Lenormand membership site coming your way. So make sure you are on the wait list for that at emilyrosedivination.com/coming soon. If you join the wait list, you will be the very first to know when this membership becomes available in March-ish sometime. So make sure that you go ahead and sign up there.